What's up, y'all? Yeah, so I am. It's been a while, man. I haven't streamed in probably well over a year, man. Um, but yeah, as the title says, I have rebranded, changed up my name. I mean, it's a rites of passage. Finally coming back streaming, after more than a year. Excited to kind of get back into it, and see where that goes. Um, a lot of things changed in my life when I started streaming. Before I was a new dad, and so I had a child that came into my life, and lucky enough with that child that she was started sleeping through the night real early, man. So it allowed me to be able to get some streams and stuff like that. Um, but then I found out we were having another child, and that other child turned into be two children. And yeah, so that took a majority of my time and changing some life things, getting some life things done. And I'm still going through having uh, three children now. You know, uh, an older child, still Tyler, but older, and then twins. So yeah, even that being said, I'm excited to get back into streaming. It's been a long time coming. It's my first time back, and so I'm gonna come back. No, when before I left, there was a lot of Call of Duty. I have not played much Call of Duty, if any at all, for various reasons. The main reason why, and it's part of the reason why I stopped streaming as much, is because it got so saturated, got bored with the game, um, and didn't really want to play it much anymore. The same holds true now. Not much into the game, not like I used to be. I'll still jump on and I'll probably still play some games here um, on streams, but I'm not so much into the game anymore. So that caused me to want to take a step back and figure out if I really wanted to stream, um, or if I wanted to just live my life and do my thing. And at the time, I just wanted to live my life. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? So getting into the game that I play, kind of like when I have any free time, Marvel Snap, man. It has turned into one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game to play. Um, and what better time to start a new stream when they created a whole new way to obtain cards and stuff like that. So if anybody doesn't know about the game, I'm sure if you're tuning into this, you already know about the game because you're like, oh, Marvel Snap. But for those of you new, it's a card turn-based game based off of Marvel characters, and it's huge right now. It's one of the top mobile games uh, that you can play, and if you play it on PC, it's so much better. So yeah, we are going to play. For those who don't know, I know you can see my level is at 76. I have not tried to level up at all this season, um, only because I wanted to enjoy playing, switching up decks, and trying new things. Normally, what you do after you get to Infinite, but I just wanted to do it now. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna get into some gameplay. I have my whole thing set up. It took me a while to get everything set up on to be able to stream. So I won't be on too long today. This is kind of like uh, this is what's been going on. Glad to come back. But hopefully, in the near future, um, I'll be able to jump back on more on a consistent basis. But yeah, so let's get into some gameplay here. You know, all right. So the deck that I've been liking lately has been Hella. I love Hella decks right now, and it used to be my favorite deck until they, for lack of better words, they nerfed Hella, right? And they brought in some new. mechanics that which actually made this deck a lot better. I don't think they really buffed Hella, but with addition of a lot of new cards and different thing like that, it basically makes old decks way better than they used to be. So I'm gonna play some Marvel Snap here. I have the sound off. I should probably put the sound on, right? That's how I normally play. I don't put sound on, but for the sake of streaming, I guess I should do that, right? I should have some. There you go, master volume. I think that should do it, right? All right. So we're gonna get in some hella games. Enjoy playing it. I know there's a lot of new cards that are out. Um, I guess I can show you where I'm at as far as the cards. Um, or I guess the easiest way to show you is what I need as opposed to what I don't have. Um, by the way, that's a very dope Valentina card, but I don't. I'm more on the side of free to play. I do pay for some stuff every now and then, but not to the extent where I need to get all the new cards. I refuse to pay for that. So I didn't have enough for a key, but I was almost at Series 5. So since the update, which believe was either yesterday or today, I think it was yesterday, I've been able to get 2 packs, both seasonal Series 5 cards. And the cards that I did get with what I had originally, once it dropped, I got Penny, Penny Parker. And then today, I guess they decided to give everybody free tokens or whatever to open up a Series 5 pack or a Series 4 pack, which I could have did. I could have opened up a Series 4 and gotten a couple new cards, I believe. Right? Yeah. I could have got a couple new cards if I opened up a Series 4, but I decided to open up another Series 5, and I ended up getting. So these are the cards that I obviously don't have, but I ended up getting Anti Venom, which for me was a good pool. So these are all the cards that I don't have, the older cards that I do not have. The main card that I really want to get, and why I chose to pull from this series from the older cards, is I really want Ajax. And I guess when you want Ajax, Diamondback kind of gonna goes with it. But Proxima Midnight and Ajax are like the ones that I really, really wanted for a very long time. Ajax was a card I slept on. I'm pretty sure a lot of people slept on Ajax when it came out, but I slept on Ajax, didn't get him. Actually, could have gotten him when he was in the Spotlight Cast, back when that was a thing. Not that it was long ago, but but I didn't get him. I skipped on him to be able to get a different one where I believe like 3 cards were available that I didn't have. So it was like no matter what I picked, I knew I was going to get a new card. And Proxima Midnight, I believe, when she was in Spotlight Cash, I just didn't have the keys to get her. And like I said, I don't pay. I refuse to kind of like buy all that stuff to be able to level up to get all the keys and all that stuff. I refuse to do it. Those who play Marvel Snap know that each card has a value of almost $80. So yeah, that's a lot of money that I don't think anybody should be paying unless they literally make a living out of doing this. But yeah, but there's still some really good cards that I don't have, man. Like I believe every single card here, except for Thaddeus, Thunderbolt Ross, is and Bruce Banner. Those two being in my opinion, the weakest. It's a nice little tech card, but they're the weakest. All the rest of them are really good cards, man. That you see in a lot of decks, man. I see Speed all the time. I see U.S. Agent all the time. Makari's in a couple of decks right now. Ajax, it's like he's the king of one deck, like one of the best decks in the game. I think Scarlet Spider has always been something that's really good that I would love to have play with him. Proxima Midnight, of course, because my favorite archetype is discard. So Proxima Midnight kind of just goes hand in hand with discard. So, but when you have Ajax, you kind of want Diamondback. But yeah, what are my series? Older series 4, yeah, Lasher. I missed that. Yeah, I know mostly everybody has Lasher. I do not have Lasher because I believe I was on vacation or something like that, to where I just didn't have the time to play the game to get Lasher. And by the time I even started playing the game, I didn't even know Lasher was coming out the way it was. And I went for it when I finally realized it was a card, but it was a little bit too little, too late. So didn't get Lasher. So, and it's not a card that I would prefer to spend tokens on. So that might be a card that I just never have. Unless I somehow get all these tokens and get all the cards, and Lasher is just left. Yeah. So a couple cards know, don't want. I don't want Bruce Banner. I don't want Thaddeus Ross. I can care less about him. But yeah. So as you can see, I only have a couple Series 4 left, and then I believe they drop these cards directly to Series 4 is wild to me. But all Series 5 cards, a lot of Series 5 cards left. But yeah, to me that doesn't make any sense. I can just go to Series 4, pay 2K, and not pay that to get Lasher. So yeah, I did pin Ajax, but I probably will never use it, man. I rather chance it and pay the 4K, because at least out of what, 9 cards, there's only 2. So I have, only 2 cards that I really would be disappointed if I got it. If I got. So, it wouldn't be the end of the world if I got a Scarlet Spider, US Agent Speed, or Macari, or Diamondback, or Midnight, or Ajax. So, yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and get into some games. I don't know why these notifications, a lot of the notifications don't go away. But I'm going to get into Conquest, I believe. So I have 5 days. Negasonic Teenage Warhead is probably my favorite card in the game. One of my favorite characters / cards in the game. So that's something that I really, really want. I don't think I have any variants of her, which is so sad, considering she is one of my favorite cards. But like I said, I don't pay. So if I don't get it, if I can't get it free, then I'm not going to get it. So one thing I haven't really learned to do, because I don't play on this much, is how to set it to where, okay, favorites, there we go. Okay, there you go. I figured it out as I was talking about it. Set something to favorites on the PC. So that's the recent Rocket and Raccoon, the Raccoon one that I got, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, so got a lot of good cards, a lot of cards I can level up. Let's get into it. So the deck that I've been running has been Blade. Blade, of course, discards the card that's to your far right. It's pretty much a staple in discard decks. I'll get to Doctor Strange in just a second. Of course, Grandmaster. So Grandmaster works in a lot of good reasons. For a lot of good reasons, it'll work obviously with your Gambit, your Blade, Corvus, as long as you don't have Hela. Corvus is a little tricky. If I have a whole bunch of cards out and not Hela, then Corvus always goes out. You generally always play Corvus. Jubilee has been clutch in this deck. I can't tell you how many of the ways I've either pulled a Ghost Rider or a Hela from a Jubilee, and it pretty much won me the game. And Blink as well. Blink is a really good one, because if you run any card here, especially if you have any of these 3 in your hand, you're gonna get a Hela. and that's going to put so much power on the board that your opponent is just going to back out. It's almost an instant back out unless they have a Shang-Chi, but if they put all the points across the board, it's a back out. So I put Infinity Ultron in this deck, which I've always considered kind of like changing, and I did not know I had that Quake. I did not know I had that Quake. That is such a nice Quake right there. But yeah, Infinity Ultron is a little bit tricky. But the reason why I use Infinity Ultron is if I have Infinity Ultron, and this goes back to why I skipped Doctor Strange. Um, I put if I don't have a Hella deck, I can put Infinity Ultron down, one of the stones, or maybe two of the stones, and then Doctor Strange can take one, and level up. And what does that give you? That gives you three. That's four. That's three. That's four, five. So five. So he's instantly a 2/7, from just one stone. You know. So, which I think is good. And a lot of times I can get him played out early, maybe on turn five or something like that. You know, or turn four. So, especially if I either hit him with a Corvus or Jubilee pulls him. So, I have five and six to play him. So normally I'll play on five is Infinity Ultron Stone, and then maybe one of my number twos, either my Grandmaster or my Strange if I haven't put Strange down yet. So Strange is normally not in this deck, but I just put him in because I have Infinity Ultron there. What normally would go in this deck, I believe, would be an Odin, but I'm not a fan of Odin because the way that Hela works is just all over the board. So Odin sometimes doesn't even really hit the way you want him to hit. And if you Odin and Odin discards some cards that are in your hand, it still doesn't. They don't come back with Hela, because Hela's already activated. So yeah, the ideal move would probably be to put a what do you call it, death in this deck. And deck would probably make the deck a little bit more consistent, to be honest, because you'd always bring back death. If you discarded death, Hela would, come back, and then one of your six drops, which would either be Gore or the Infinite. And generally, depending on who you're playing, your Gore will always have that Infinite power, unless somebody's running a straight on ongoing. So, but yeah, don't mind me. It's late. I'm tired. I just wanted to stream. So here's my anti venom, which I'm actually very excited to use, because I've wanted to use this card since it came out, because it was actually in some really good decks for a while, but right now it's not really in a lot of decks. So, but yeah, I probably eventually will use this card, get around to using it. Probably won't be tonight though. I'll probably play maybe a couple games and call it, a night. But yeah, so use that, and then I'm working. It's one of my favorite cards. Or not the variant, but just the card in general. All right, enough talking. Let's get into games, see what's what, and see if we can make some people either retreat or steal some wins, man. Let's go. Mountain Man. See, I don't like the discard ghost, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip here. I have Doctor Strange or Strange Supreme in hand, but he is really no good unless you have an Infinity Ultron and you know you're going to play Infinity Ultron. All right, so I'm playing a Destroy deck that is going to end quickly, which is going to be annoying now. TVA. So So let's put Strange here because I got to get some points on the board. This might be a back out. This is not the deck that's really made for TVA. Oh, see, retreat. Yeah, retreat. I'm not going to give them extra points. This deck is not made for TVA. All right. Let's reset it and see if we can actually get a good game. Of course, my first game I get TVA. Did you notice that? Like, you come back, you haven't played maybe overnight or something like that, and then you're like, okay, let me jump on and play a game. They give you the shittiest opponent and the shittiest thing. So annoying, bro. All right, so I got Infinity Ultron in my hand. Of course. So, well, that's good for me because I have Grandmaster. So I will Grandmaster somebody into that lane. Depending on they have, that could be a possible still for that lane. Okay, so I have options here. So turn 3, I have Corvus Glaive that I can play, and I have Gambit. Those are my things. Gambit obviously is not the play because they have no cards on the board. They will obviously play something well before I am, so I can probably destroy it, which would be good. But I do not have Hela in hand, so it's always you got to play a Corvus Glaive, man. So okay, they're playing discard as well. Looks like they're playing more traditional discard, which is still very scary. Okay, there's my Grandmaster, which kind of sucks. But the good thing about that is I have Blink, but my Blink will bring back either Hela or Infinite. I don't want to bring back those cards just yet. So I have Blade here, Strange here, Ghost Rider. We're going to go ahead and, yeah, chance it. Hopefully it doesn't take away Blink.
Apocalypse.
What do they have? Nothing else in their deck? Like, come on, man. Okay. Of course, it went right for Blink. It's okay. So I'm on turn 5. So instead of using Jubilee right now, which is the main play, I'm going to go ahead and use Gore right here. Let Gore do his thing, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. I have Gore. Do I get Hela or don't I get Hela? Okay, so I have Jubilee, which is okay. So the goal is to bring Jubilee here and here. So this would have been perfect. If I could have got Doctor Strange earlier, I could have got Doctor Strange and then been using some of the Sentinels. But the goal is either to hit Ghost Rider or Hela right there. And if I hit Hela, then that could possibly be a win. But this is not a snap condition here. This is hopes and dreams right here. Okay, so
I'm coming for you.
interesting. Really shitty draw. So it was actually it was a good draw. Getting Ghost Rider, but Ghost Rider brought back the shittiest card that I discarded.
Victory.
But it was a win either way. That had to been a bot. That couldn't have been a regular person because they put everything on one side. But I don't know. But give me just a second. I am actually freezing, which makes me think I gotta do some quick fatherly duties here and make sure my little ones are not freezing. We tend to keep the house a little cold. All right. If anything, my oldest is sweating her behind off. Okay, so let me right back. I'm gonna go throw on a sweater and get back to it. All right, give me just a minute. All right, so we are back. But for some reason, my OBS is acting weird. I don't know if anybody can see me. It's looking black for me. Wonder if it's looking black for everybody else. Yeah, it's looking black for everybody else too. What is going on? I do not know what is happening here. Let's see here. Yeah, everything's black. There we go. So that's working. Yeah, it seems like it's like an OBS bug, man. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, seemed like it was like a bug or something like that. But we got to work it right. All right. So that was a win, which was a bot either way. Either it was an actual bot or it was a person who just didn't know how to play the game. But that's what happens when you're still low when you're level. So I may switch up Strange Supreme, but I like Strange Supreme so much. And see, he'll be perfect in this deck. So I'm going to lay Vibranium right there in the middle area. Generally, putting it to the right is always the best, like you did with the Mind Stone. But so my hopes is that I get Strange Supreme to be able to do something here. Got to skip it. So they definitely have Strange Supreme. Generally, right now, if you run Thanos, you probably have Strange Supreme somewhere in your deck. All right, so I have Corvus Glaive. You play it in hopes that he doesn't hit Hela. If he does hit Hela, your next hope is Ghost Rider. Okay. Why are they all they are going for my Grandmaster in this game? They do not want me to be able to utilize Grandmaster at all. Okay. So that's a 3. That means he's probably going to bring back, if I blink, it's a 3. He's going to either bring Jubilee or Ghost Rider. Gambit is kind of like not worth it in my opinion. So let's go ahead and blink. It's either Ghost Rider or Jubilee. Oh, I thought it goes up. Just one. Swap the last card you played with a card that cost more from your deck. I thought it was that cost the next. So I'll take it, but I had the wording wrong on that one, which is okay. So I have Infinite here. And I don't need to play Hela. So what I'm going to do is I am going to hit them with a blade right here and Infinity Ultron right there as well, right? That was more so for points. I won't be using the stones. So right now, in their opinion, they have the dub. But I have Gambit, Infinite, and Grandmaster that I could actually do some damage with. So I'm going to Hela here. Hopefully they don't have anything to block that. And hopefully that can pick up a win. Okay, Enchantress. Interesting.
Minions
Okay.
to me.
Okay. Yes. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay.
Victory.
Yes. See, another reason Infinity Ultron works very well is it adds extra things for Gambit to destroy. So, a lot of the times, without Infinity Ultron, at the end of the game, you play all your cards and you put down Gambit will come out after if you discarded Gambit, and he won't trigger because he doesn't have a card to discard. So. But another reason why I haven't really leveled up too high is I don't snap a lot, simply because I want to play games through, and I know as soon as you start snapping, especially when you know you're probably going to win, people back out. Because when you know you're probably going to win, they know they're probably going to lose. Most of the time. TVA again. TVA is just a terrible, terrible, terrible. I can't win TVA. So it's not worth my time.
Escaped.
All right. When you think you're doing something, that's exactly what they do. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to lure you in to actually start playing the game because you just want to play. But it's better to back out, bro. Take the L, back out, get in another game where you can at least level up or work on leveling yourself up. Reveal cards fill this space, merge them into a symbiote. Our Lady of Saints. I don't understand why it's a symbiote for that, but all right, Ghost Rider. I don't really want to discard Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is like my spell safe in case I accidentally discard Hela. So Gambit, I don't have a problem discarding Gambit. So, which by the way, I love that blade. Okay, so it's a move deck. Move deck is really meta right now. So I'm not excited to see that. Uh, okay, looking good, looking good, looking good. There's nothing there. Nothing there. All right, so I got Strange. Strange will be good. I'm gonna put Strange right there too. If I get an Infinity Ultron out, um,
I
hopefully I
am
can do
the
a little bit of
Sorcerer
damage.
Supreme.
Turn 5. So I can throw core down there, but I have a funny feeling. I'm going to Jubilee here. Yeah. Yeah, 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 nothing. Okay, and for not. Oh, and there's Hella. I top deck Hella, so Hella is going to bring Infinity Ultron, Gambit, and Ghost Rider back. Honestly, not the best, but we're gonna go ahead and see what it does.
Minions to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, that's gonna be an L. That's gonna be an L because he's gonna. Strange is gonna. Yeah. Oh, oh yeah, no, that's an L. Yeah. See, if I thought about it ahead of time, and I knew I was going to feel this, I should have put Doctor Strange right in the middle. Yeah, I know. Strange Supreme is actually pretty dope, but there are ways that Strange Supreme can work against you. That actually happens a lot more than people are willing to talk about. So, so okay. So let's try. I don't know. Maybe not Infinity Ultron. Let's take Strange out, and we're gonna put. Let's do. I don't want to put Odin in there because I think Odin is just a waste. Let's do Death. I had the deck. I don't know why sometimes it doesn't work. Let's do Deck in there, and our Death, and Infinity Ultron is okay, but Cersei's is good. Modok is good, so you just get all the cards. But I think I'm going to do. Oh, man. Obviously, I'm tired. So I want a 5. I don't want. I honestly don't want to put a 6 in there, and I'm very tempted to put Cannonball in there. But Black Panther is also a very good option. That's easily 10 power. Anti-venom. Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking go ahead and put cannonballs instead of Infinity Ultron. Yep. So I already know who I need to put back. But cannonball, he could be a possible win condition. Or he can actually lose a game for me. But let's see what that does. Let's see what to do with that. But if I can get rid of death, death is always going to come back with a hella because there's no 8s. I believe there's a 7 card now that I'm thinking about it. What card is 7? Because that's a guaranteed card that's going to come back as well. So you have a 6, 7. So instead of maybe the gore, the difference is that the gore is good with the Infinite to get the least at 20 power. However, I think gore gets more. What the fuck was this? You motherfucker, bro. I think gore is more consistently getting over a 20 power than Infinite. So I would probably move Infinite for, I forget what card is a 7. After this game, I'll check. So I have Hella in hand. I have Corvus Glaive. So I'm still going to run Corvus Glaive and hoping that I don't hit Hella. Simply because I actually want to check. Of course you hit the pig. Of course you hit the pig. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. I don't think I have any more discard cards. No, I don't. Okay, so there you go. Hit him with the Grandmaster. Death. There we go. So this very much seems like a bot. I'm going to win this one. So
Cleared for takeoff.
definitely going to win. Yeah. They're going to back out after this, but it's okay.
Minions to me.
Nice. So
Victory.
yeah, I knew they were going to back out. But I want to see who is 7 because I know there's a 7 power, or at least I'm pretty sure they changed somebody to be like a 7 power. And I don't really pay attention to that stuff. So let's go to card collection. Let's scroll all the way down. Who's a 7? Ah, Scar. So, and it's a card you know you're going to bring back. Costs 2 less for each of the 10 power cards that you already have on your deck. So if you use a Hella, say on turn 5, and you bring back, say, those 2 or whatever, then you're almost instantly going to have a 3 power Scar that you can use on turn 6. So let's try Scar over Infinite, add to deck, and see what that does. It's a 12 for 12. That's probably my 20 power right there. Let's get it. All right, so I have Death and Gore and Scar all in hand. That's wild. So the good thing is nothing, because the next card I get, I still won't be able to move. Make a move. Grandmaster is pointless. So I'll be on turn 3. So either Blade or Gambit, but if it's Blade, I can't use. If it's Gambit, then I'm going to go ahead and chance that. Oh, by the way, look at the Grandmaster, man. That is just such a nice card, man. Such a nice card. I had to get it because I don't have a Grandmaster variant. Well, I do, but it's booty. Of course, I get Gambit. So what I'm going to do, ooh, I have Vibranium. I don't have Sorcerer's Supreme. Okay, we're going to go ahead and Gambit here. They're running a discard deck too. I'm running not traditional, but yeah, I see what they're doing. So hopefully they don't hit my Hela. Just Gambit doesn't hit. Hopefully Gambit doesn't hit my Hela. Don't hit my Hela again. Oh. So I noticed this is a perfect thing that's happened. My game has been crashing ever since this update. And it's not just on PC, on my phone. It's been crashing too. It's been crashing. I don't know what it is. All right. So I can't even know what I'm getting here. So I gotta wait until the game before that pops up again. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and blink. Oh. Yeah. Should I chance it? If I chance it and I get it, I'm snapping. Let's go. I've been getting pretty lucky with the Corvus Glaives. Of course. Of course. Of fucking course. Retreat now.
Escaped.
The moment I say I've been getting lucky with Corvus Glaive. Yeah. Alright. Is my deck's gonna pop back up, for Christ's sake? Alright, there we go. Alright, so of course you don't want to Blade Hela. It's good that I have Grandmaster though. And then of course I have Corvus Glaive. Corvus Glaive is just not going to be a play right now. It's not the play. Alright, so Gambit. I hate doing that to Jubilee, but alright, there we go. It's Grandmaster Blade. Fastos. Stature. Of course they have stature. So I cannot run that. Who did I discard so far? Jubilee and Gambit. Yeah, no. So, all right, so I'm bringing back a good card either way. But let's go ahead and add that right there. Either way, it's bringing back Ghost Rider, who is going to bring back Jubilee or Gambit or any of these three.
Minions to me.
So they have Hela for some reason. So my Hela I'm going to put right in the center here. And
Minions to me.
Jubilee, Core, Gambit.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Let's go.
Victory.
Let's go. All right, let's go one more game. If I see I'm winning, I'll go ahead and snap credits, because we all need credits, right? All right. So I've been wanting to live out this Grandmaster card. It's just so sick. Oh, animated.
Shiny logo.
Oh, I just got the null. That is in cash. That's pretty cool. So I'll set that to my favorites. Do it. Even though it's not the best null and I have better null variants. I think that's a null in the shop. Oh. Did they change it already? That's a cool red guardian though. Cool stuff. Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Albums. Yeah, there you go. Yep. And get that cool looking Galactus. Avatar is kind of dope. I ain't gonna lie. Do they have Galactus on here? No, there's no Galactus. I think one of my favorite all these. I think this one is pretty cool, but I think the best one is this Electro one. This Electro one is very, very nice. I have a lot of Electro variants. That is a very cool Galactus. Oh my gosh, that is so nice. All right, let's do one game. One more game. And then I'll have to sign out. This brother need to get some sleep, man. It's 1 o'clock. And I gotta still walk the dogs. All right. What I do notice is I'm running a lot of, what do you call it? Top heavy decks. My deck, oh God. Loki. Loki is annoying. I'm not even gonna lie. Loki is an annoying deck. Okay. Very top heavy. All my big cards are out there. Okay. Jubilee. It's gonna pull a discard card, which bet money it's gonna pull Blade. That's how it generally works. It's a waste. Oh. There's nothing for it to do that too. Yeah. All right. So Let's do you. Actually, yeah, you here. You here. In hopes that I don't hit Hella. Okay. Scar. Nice.
Impressive.
Nice.
I'm coming for you.
Nice. Okay, so I have nothing discarded right now. So, yeah, I was winning it.
Victory.
All right. So I don't know when I'm get back on, but hopefully it's soon. I want to try to establish a schedule. It's just I'm still very, very busy with daddy duties and stuff like that. But the next game, I want to be able to use anti-venom because I never used anti-venom. By the time I get back on, I probably have used him enough to know how good he is. Well, we know how good he is, but know how good I am at using him. But yeah, if you're turning into the stream, man, I appreciate you coming and checking me out. Like I said, long time coming. I'm excited to be back. If you liked the video, definitely give me a follow and put on alerts to know when I'm streaming next. And talk to you soon. All right? Peace.